Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be making a propane fire pit. No wood, no ashes, no cleanup, just propane. All you gotta do is turn it on, light it, and you're good to go. Right now, first off, we're going to actually make the burner, and then I'm gonna take it home and show y'all how I did the rest of the fire pit and how I hook it up, how it all works and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and build this burner. Oh, and if you are wondering, I did make this out of stainless steel. So I think all of the holes I'm going to put in this for the flame are done. This is what it's going to look like. And before I weld it, I'm going to have to figure out where my gas in lines go. I've got 2 lines in the fire pit I'm doing, so I'll have 2 different spots. So I need to go and figure out where they need to go in and drill 2 holes for those and weld those in place, and then I'm ready to weld it all together and install it. Oh, hey. Y'all like my little outdoor kitchen? I don't think I've done a video on this, but I have posted pictures on Instagram. But let me know if you're interested in talking about what's going on there and how I did it and everything. I might do a video on that later. And here is the pool deck. Got a little pool. When the kids got big enough, it's like super green now because it's cold outside. But here's the deck. I did do a video on this, so check that out. All right, but over here is to the patio. And here is the fire pit. Now, I actually did this a few years ago, and the burners I put in there, I put 2 burners in, and it was like 2 old burners out of like a grill or some kind of something, I don't know. They were really old, but they were free, so I used them. So I've got 2 lines in for both of those. So I need to figure out where these can go and put my holes in the right place on the burner. So I'm gonna have to take these out, and I'll probably just cut one of these in half and use that. But that is lava rock. I took most of it out when I got ready to do this project, but in the bottom here it's slag, just like this. It's like gravel, except it's actually recycled steel, and it's cheap. It's cheaper than dirt. Like, seriously, that's not a joke. It really costs less to get that stuff than it does dirt. But the actual fire pit, the brick, I had some left over when I had the house put here, and they actually put this brick on the front of my foundation for free. They had extras and asked if I wanted it. I was like, heck yeah. So they put it on the front of my house, and they had some left over, so I got the idea to do a fire pit. And I knew I wanted to do a gas fire pit of some kind, so I didn't have any cleanup, so I didn't have a whole bunch of crap and ashes everywhere over here. So I used the brick that I had left over, and these on the top are just the 12 by 12 step stones, concrete pavers, whatever you want to call. And I did all of it with liquid nails. They have like masonry kind of liquid nails. You can get different kinds of liquid nails. I got the one for masonry, brick or concrete or whatever, and that's how I put all this together, and it's worked really well. This has actually been here for like 3 years, maybe closer to 4 now. And I had the burners lower in here than I wanted to, so when I get the burner done and I'm ready to put it in here, I've got a little bit of the slag over there. I'm gonna get more of that and put it in here and fill it up, and then I'm gonna put the lava rock that I got out of here right on top, and hopefully the burner's gonna be like real level here, and it'll look a whole lot nicer than it did. All right, so now I gotta drill those 2 holes for the entrance and weld one of these in there and finish welding it, and it should be good to go and ready to put in here. All right, so I just finished drilling those other 2 holes, and this should be all of the drilling. All the drilling should be done now, so I think I'm gonna go over it one more time, and then I'm gonna start welding. So let's get to welding. And the gas end holes, there's one right there. That'll be on the side, and then the other one is back here. And the reason that is where the holes are in is because that's where the lines ended up being from where I had them with the other burner, so that's why they're there. They're not in any particular way other than that. That's just where the lines are going to end up, so that's why those holes are there. So let's start welding. I'm having to weld a little bit in different spots and move around because I can't let this get too hot, because this stainless steel tube is real thin and it'll burn right through it if I'm not careful. All right, so just got home, finished welding this thing up today, just a little while ago, and now we're gonna install it and see if we can get this completely done before the bottom drops out here, because it's getting ready to rain. Fits just like I want it to. Now let's hook the lines up. All right, so there it is. Got the 2 lines hooked up and it's sitting up a little bit. I just got it propped up, and now we got to put some more of this slag stuff in here to fill it up, and then put the lava rock in and then try it out. All right, so now we got the slag and put some more in there and filled it up. Now it's time for the lava rock. All right, should have one more bucket of that. I'm gonna go get it and put a little bit more on there. All right, so there it is with a little bit more lava rock. I think that looks pretty good. Just at the top, and I still have some left over. All right, so let's get a propane tank and hook it up. All right, so we got our propane tank, and I've got my valve right down here. See, this is the regulator valve, and it's going to go on the tank. So let's get this hooked up. All right, I don't think I ever actually explained how the gas actually goes from the tank over to the fire pit. So as I'm hooking this up, let's talk about that and show you where the lines go and if there's a shut-off valve and stuff like that. And go ahead and open that, and this is going to be a little bit more fire, so let's leave that right there. All right, so there's the line, and it goes around there. There's the line, and it actually just sits under the mulch, and it goes under here and up to here, out of the ground, through this thing, and goes to the shut-off valve, goes through the valve and back down and into the fire pit and up in 2 different spots, one there and one over there. So now that we've got the tank hooked up and the gas is on, we can turn that switch right there and light it. What I'm doing is I'm turning the regulator more and more open, and then coming over here and turning the gas on, and I want to be able to hear it. But since this is a lot of fire, hopefully this isn't going to be an explosion, and I'm going to turn it down to where I can barely hear it and light it and get a little flame so it doesn't blow up in my face, and then turn the regulator and get the fire how I want it. I knew this thing wouldn't light. Alright, I think I got it right. That's pretty cool. I got the regulator set where it needs to go. So now that that's going good, if I want to cut it off, all I have to do is turn that switch and it kills the gas. And then I can go over there and cut the tank off. So that is the fire pit. Need to move the lava rock around so I can get the fire going, because I put a little bit too much on it.